Hey guys, Brendan Productions here, and it's been a while since I've done a showcase, so welcome to my first video game showcase. In this showcase, I will be featuring Space Thrashers Y. Now, approximately 3 years ago, my friend Dylan and I actually came up with the idea of starting our own programming company, and we called it DB Programming. Now, obviously that programming didn't really actually take off the ground, or it didn't actually get anywhere, but we had some great ideas, and one of the ideas that we actually had was to make video games. So we were both pretty fluent in the language of BASIC. I used Visual Basic, and he used regular BASIC. But we both had interest in actually creating something that was it could be popular. So we decided to go with video games. And for our first pieces, we had three ideas. First of all, we wanted to create some sort of Galaga replica. That would be our first project, and it would be easy. Second of all, we wanted to create a 2D parkour platformer game, similar to the likes of Cannibalt. However, you'd be able to vault over things and parkour up buildings, etc. And then our third game was actually going to be a first-person RPG, a 3D first-person RPG, set in the time of mythological Egypt, where you would be playing just a regular person, but you would encounter things such as gods and everything like that. So our first idea went through well, the second idea fell through and didn't even get started, and the third idea we had a huge problem with that we didn't know how to solve, so we just scrapped it. So our first idea was Space Thrashers X, the Galaga clone. And as you can see here, this is actually video footage from 3 years ago. The code and binary files have since been lost, but this project was actually something that we both had extreme ideas. We both really wanted to do something. But this project actually never was able to get close. We didn't have the programming knowledge and we didn't have the programming experience to make this project everything that we wanted it to be. So we had to leave it kind of bare bones and basic, with basic aliens simply shooting down on you, you shooting back up at them, and you gaining a shield if you have perfect accuracy. Now there are a lot more things planned, such as like a wide range power-up, and then several different enemies, and then some sort of boss, but our programming skills just didn't cut it, and we weren't able to get that far. So we left it with Space Thrashers X, a small little space shooty game where you repetitively shot enemies, and it was really, really easy. Well, what I wanted to do with my new programming knowledge, about a year ago, or maybe 6 months ago-ish, I actually decided to create an unofficial sequel to Space Thrashers X, and I entitled it Space Thrashers Y, and I wrote it in Java. So as you can see here, I'm actually opening my Eclipse here, and inside of my Eclipse, I have this project called Space Thrashers Y, and this is exactly that. As you can see, it's a little more intense than what you saw in the video, which was a single class basic file. This is a multi-class Java structure consisting of several different types of classes to make this game the best game I have created, and it's also the first full-size game that I've created. So as you can see here, we've got different classes. For example, an enemy that grabs you. I have all of the defining things for that. We've got the flying saucer and all of its defining behavior. We've got the player and all of their defining behaviors. And for example, an enemy that drops multiple bombs and his defining behaviors. So there's several classes, and this project defines what all of those people do. But without further ado, let's go ahead and demonstrate the features of Space Thrashers Y. Oh. So when starting the game, the first thing you'll probably notice is actually the soundtrack. This music was actually developed originally for Space Thrashers Y by my good friend Scarab. A link to his page is actually in the description. The second thing you'll probably notice is the art of this game. It's rather unique because it was also uniquely developed by my friend Maxim Cormier, and he developed the artwork specifically for this game. A little bit of the artwork was also generated by me too, of course, like the boss you'll see at level 10. But basically, there are several things about this game. For example, you can shoot. When you hit an enemy, debris flies off. It's fairly innovative, I guess. And here we have a perfect example of multiple types of enemies. We've got the yellow or white and blue people who actually come down for bombing runs. The blue people are being especially deadly. The green person drops multiple bombs at once, and the other people are simply regular enemies. So in order to give you the full experience, I'm going to try my hardest to get to level 10, which is where the boss resides. And as you can see, there's actually a flying saucer up at the top. Now, I talked before about Space Thrashers X having power-ups. Well, Space Thrashers Y has a very nice power-up, and you get it by destroying the saucer, like so. So now I can go ahead and press Shift to activate that power-up. And there we go. Now since I got perfect accuracy, I actually gained a shield. I got it again, so we're just going to go ahead. And as you can see in the top row to the left, there's an odd-shaped individual enemy. He's actually a suicide bomber. He actually killed me when the game first started, but we're just going to eliminate him really quick. So as you can see, the debris in this game actually adds a very nice little effect. So we're just going to keep grinding our way to level 10. As you probably noticed, as the levels went up, we have added additional columns of enemies, and we add additional rows as we get higher level as well. And here at level 10, we've actually encountered the boss. Now the boss consists of multiple parts, each doing their own thing. As you can see, he's got 2 guns on the front, a little ball blaster on the right, and then an enemy spawner on the left. Now, Eddie's also got a giant laser. That's cool. Now, we haven't actually encountered any of these red claw enemies, and these red claw enemies that you see here will actually drop down a claw in order to hold you in place. But for the sake of actually trying to kill the boss, let's go ahead and ignore the functionality of this red claw guy and start destroying the parts of the boss. Oh, this laser baited me into that. Oh, nice. Okay, now all I gotta do is destroy the boss's body, and then we're good. Fantastic. So many of you have said that you want to see some of the projects that I've created in Java because they've been asking, what can you do with Java? Well, here's one thing you can actually do. If you would like to play this game yourself, there's a link to my website which contains this game and a flashy little instructions panel. So you can go ahead and click that and play this game yourself. I'm going to try to get grabbed by this claw enemy because that's always fun. Oh, so close. So close. There he goes. So he just went ahead and grabbed me right there. Which obviously causes problems. Alright, so this has been a video demonstration of Space Thrashers Y, the unofficial sequel of Space Thrashers X. Hopefully you enjoyed this demonstration, and remember to rate, comment, and subscribe. Feel free to play this game at the link in the description, and go ahead and view all the other people who helped with this game as well. Their sites are provided as links in the description. Thanks again for watching, and have a fantastic day.